Hurricanes, typhoons, cyclones. Nature's most devastating storms on the planet. They are called hurricanes in the Atlantic and East Pacific, typhoons in the West Pacific, and cyclones in the Southern Hemisphere. However, there's 5 other places where these tropical cyclones are known to spawn. And today, we're going to be talking about them. About the 5 places where tropical cyclones have spawned and are spawning. Now, I have mentioned about metacanes in my last YouTube short as to date. These are just like tropical cyclones, and some even have eyes, as you can see there. The oldest one dates back to 1947, and some experts believe that because of global warming, we could have more and more violent metacanes. Yes, they're called metacanes. It's actually pretty cool. And they are dangerous as well. And some even formed in the Black Sea. Now, the strongest one that I know and what I think I know is Metacane Eonos, as seen here. Now, there's also been other tropical cyclones, like Daniel, which is the deadliest Metacane ever and the deadliest of the 2020s decade. The next basin we need to talk about is the South Atlantic. Now, the South Atlantic has been actually pretty active. In fact, it has the strongest one here, which is Cyclone Katrina, as pictured. It reached Category 2 status, which is honestly pretty strong for a hurricane in that size. Now, what's extraordinary about this basin of tropical cyclones is they actually have names, and there is a list of them. And out of all the basins that have unusual formation, I gotta say, the South Atlantic probably produces the strongest and I would say the most out of all basins, probably more than the Mediterranean. Now, the next one we need to talk about is the South Pacific. Most notably, we have Tropical Storm Lexi, which did nothing, Tropical Storm Yaku, which was probably subtropical, and these storms are relatively harmless. They don't form often, and there's only been 3 noted, and the strongest has been Cyclone Katie, which is actually an actual tropical storm. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Huh? What? That the Central Pacific gets hurricanes? Well, I'm talking about the Central Pacific that formed near Oregon and Canada. And I just gotta say, the storm absolutely looks beautiful. Now, it is debated if it was extropical, tropical, or post-tropical, or whatever, subtropical. James Franklin, no, not that James Franklin. That James Franklin says it probably was tropical, and it is tropical. However, all what we know is that this storm happens, and it is not as rare as the number 1 spot here on this list. Number 1, the Great Lakes. Now, there is some people who debate this was actually a thing. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And I gotta say, this actually did happen, even though I wasn't alive. This actually happened, as you could see. This is a well-defined storm with an eye spinning, looks like. There's videos of it spinning, but I don't want to get copyrighted. But I just gotta say, this is the most rarest thing, and it might be the only storm of tropical or whatever you want to call it over the Great Lakes. This is called the Huron-Ocane, as what the cool cats call it, or Hurricane Huron, as the boring people say it. This is the most rarest way of formation ever. And that would be all today. I just gotta thank you guys for watching. I know my mic sucks. I don't have a mic because, well, I don't want to spend the money because I'm poor. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed it. On the road to 50 subs. Let's go!